Hey, what's up? I'm Tahnee Harrison with ComiConverge, and we're about to talk with Keaghlan Ashley, who is a professional makeup artist that appeared on the show Face Off, about how she started her career as a makeup artist, what inspires her, and what are the projects she's currently working on. Let's go. Hey guys, I'm standing here with Keaghlan Ashley, who is an amazing professional makeup artist. Keaghlan, how did you get started in the industry?
Well, I actually started out as a performer first. I was in the musical theater as a kid in high school and a little bit of college, and I had to take a college makeup course, and I discovered practical effects makeup, and it was just kind of like, oh, this is an option, and it kind of drew back from my love of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel and all the like, you know, those kind of horror-based, you know, teen TV shows that I grew up with, and realizing, oh, I can make this a living and I can make this a job, and instead of trying to, you know, wait tables or, you know, do the actor thing, I could be a makeup artist, be on sets, and maybe also work on that aspect of myself at the same time.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So is that, I've seen a lot of your work has a lot of that Joss Whedon influence. Is that, was he a strong influence for you?
I definitely would say that there's a huge influence in, you know, the creatures that his you know, effects department designs, because there's, you know, a sexuality in them that's, you know, very, you know, the undercurrent of the characters is still very beautiful, but it's also this sinister and this dark kind of,
I love that,
moment and atmosphere, and so that's definitely something that I've kind of, not in every single character I design, but there is that aspect to me as a designer as well.
And take me through the process of how you create a character, like your own personal character from start to finish. What does that look like?
I mean, it varies character to character. A lot of the times I try to decide kind of what kind of world that I want to explore, and whether it be an alien or be, you know, some kind of demon or some kind of monster, and then kind of from there pinpoint, you know, a little bit further into, you know, a character, like what kind of, you know, and also like a lot of the times my actor, my model will influence a lot of my decisions with who and like how I designed for them and kind of the aesthetic. But you know, it varies character to character, but a lot of the times I really do want to let my actor bring a lot of their own, you know, choices into the character as well.
So it's a custom kind of experience.
And that's whenever I'm looking for people to model or perform my original characters, you know, I will get dozens of requests or people volunteering, but it's like, no, you're not right yet. You're not right yet. You may be beautiful, you may be wonderful, you may be talented, but not for this character. And so it really is kind of a choice that I make based on it. And sometimes it's just that weird it factor that you can't really explain. And like sometimes it's, you know, a music, like a song will kind of move me, and I'll find a piece that I just really want to create a character that feels like it lives in the song. And so like Castle from Halsey is one of them that I
So music is something that really inspires you.
Music is a huge thing that I used to inspire me as well, where it's just like I feel like I could have them living in this space, because at the end of the day I want to be a storyteller more than I want to just be a character designer.
I can see how your acting is sort of coming in, and you're just really it's like performance art for you.
Absolutely. It's and that's also why I love bringing characters like that to cons, because then I can have them. It's something different that isn't that I don't get access to as a film and television makeup artist, where I can have my characters interact with people that aren't expecting to see this thing, and they get to really experience kind of this live show.
What are some of the techniques that have been maybe more difficult to sort of learn as a professional makeup artist?
I think it's a lot of the times my biggest complaint is the perception versus reality. It's what is possible, and it can be as simple as money. Like sometimes there's just not the money to create something as big or as grand as I want to, because, you know, we are limited by, you know, the reality of those constraints. And so that's sometimes, you know, the most challenging thing I think for me is where I want to dream, you know, like I'm designing for a Del Toro movie, and I don't have that budget, so I have to kind of taper down my designs and taper down kind of my expectations to create something that is still fanciful and still wonderful, but can kind of still live in reality.
Which one, in a way, demands more creativity from you, right?
Absolutely.
To make that work.
And it does tie in from, you know, like my really early background of playing with cotton and latex and playing with these really rudimentary materials, because they're cheap and I can, you know, really trying to find a way to make them look professional as well.
That's amazing. Is there a project that has been maybe your absolute favorite, or the one you look back on as just with the fondest of memories, or is there?
I definitely would say the character I referenced with Halsey, that I call her the blind justice of Lady Lazarus, and she's it was basically, I wanted to create this kind of queenly figure, but with this dark kind of entity. And it was, as much as it was a great experience, it was also a really, really rough kind of time to work on it, because at the time, like, David Bowie had just passed, Alan Rickman had just passed, and so I, you know, being a really big fan of those people, like, I had to push myself through my art to, like, finish this makeup and stuff. And so I think a part of me, I love this character. I have such a grounded, like, love for this character because it is something that I really had to push through to get done. So,
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I want to see it. Well, there you have it. I'm Tahnee Harrison with ComiConverge. Stay tuned and follow us on our social media links, and we'll catch you next time.